What is good, Neo family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the one and only Neo stock and why I'm still very bullish for the long-term future of this company. I'm also going to talk about why Neo was up 3.84% for the day. Let's go, guys. I'm also going to talk about what's going on with Neo, how the overall stock market has been affecting it, and what on earth did Jerome Powell just say today during his hearing that can affect the market going forward. I'm also going to talk about tomorrow as we have some CPI data coming out that could definitely affect Neo and the overall stock market. So I'm going to talk about what you should be looking out for as we also have some very big Neo updates for you as well, as Neo is looking pretty good right now, as many analysts are saying you should be buying it. I'm also going to end the video by talking about what on earth is Neo putting on their Twitter page that makes me even more bullish for the future of this company. Now, before I say anything about Neo's Twitter page, before I do any technical analysis work or talk about what's going on, I do have to mention some very important things first. First off, I'm not a financial planner, guys. This is all for educational purposes only. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, but the entire Neo community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up and deposit $100, you will not only qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500. Once again, that's free money, but you're also going to get free real-time level 2 data for US stocks with $0 trading commissions. So please check this out if you guys want. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at the stock price right now, Neo is up 3.84% for the day. Let's go, guys. And had a very good run today. So we start off at $28.48 a share. We ran up to the level of resistance at the $30 range. Then we dipped a little bit. We ran up and started to consolidate, and we closed above 30, which is a very good sign. Now, even though Neo is looking really good, we do have to talk about how the market is affecting it. Now, right now, the S&P 500, it's currently having a pretty good run. It's up about 0.91% for the day. And that's because of some very big pieces of news that just came out. So look at this right here. This is the fear and greed index. It's currently more on the greedy side, and the market's looking pretty good because of what Jerome Powell has been saying. However, guys, I do have to announce something very important. That is, I don't necessarily know if I could promise that this is going to continue up until tomorrow because we have some new pieces of data coming out. So as for Neo, it was affected by what Jerome Powell said as well, because he did announce some very important things. So right over here, we could see Jerome Powell reinstated some very important things we knew, such as the rate hikes and the tighter fiscal policy and monetary policy from the Fed, not to mention them tapering at a faster rate. So we knew all of these things that he stated. However, guys, he was very calm, cool, and collected, and he also said that he's not going to be as hawkish as many people have anticipated. So he basically stated that, look, his job is to take care of problems on the sideline, such as inflation, such as improving employment in America. That's his job. His job is not to tank the market. That's basically what he said, and he's not necessarily looking to just tank the market, so to speak. Now, even though some of the moves he makes are probably going to have a negative effect on the market, he did talk about the fact that he does not necessarily want to just crash the market just like that. He wants the market to remain healthy, to remain pretty well, and he wants as many people to participate as possible. Now, he did say that there's going to be tighter policy, but right now he's just not looking as hawkish as many people, such as Goldman Sachs, have anticipated. That's a pretty good sign. Now, even though the market responded very positively to this, guys, I have to talk about tomorrow. We have some very big things coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a very huge day. Look at this right here. It has been reported that December's consumer prices are likely to be hot, but the peak could come soon. So right now, guys, we haven't seen the peak of inflation, and the CPI data is coming out tomorrow. So inflationary data is coming out tomorrow, guys, and we have to look at how that could affect the market. So basically, Bloomberg estimated that inflation for December is going to be around 7.1 or 7.2%, and that in turn, guys, is not going to be good. Now, what do I think this means for the market? Now, in the month of November, inflation was 6.8%. Now, we want inflation to be below 7% for the market to continue to see a good run. Now, what does this mean, guys? If inflation is reported, the CPI data for December is reported below 7%, the entire market is going to have a good run. We want inflation to be a little bit lower than anticipated. But if inflation is reported above 7%, if it's at like 7.2, 7.5, 8%, that's going to be very, very bad. And the entire market is most likely going to take a bit of a hit. We're going to see a lot of red tomorrow if that ends up playing out. Now, considering the fact that Bloomberg already stated that they estimated to be about 7.1 or 7.2%, it's very probable, it's very likely that it's going to be above 7%, and that in turn is probably going to cause the market to see some red, which could cause Neo to drop once again. So guys, be prepared for that. It's not just going to be Neo, it's going to be the SPY, the NASDAQ, Tesla, Neo. Everything is probably going to be in the red tomorrow, so be prepared for that. Now, even though I'm preparing you for this, guys, I have to talk about where is Neo probably going to dip to. Now, let me zoom out of the chart just a little bit, and we're going to do a Fibonacci retracement chart just to show you where those levels of support and resistance are. So we're going to start at the very bottom right here, and we're going to move all the way up to about $30.43, which is where we peaked at. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that Neo is going to drop tomorrow, right? Because it could be good data, and Neo could still have a run up. If we run up, we should be testing the $31 to $32 level of resistance, and that's a very bullish scenario. But a bearish scenario would be, first off, we have support at the 29. I'm not sure if that's going to hold. We could go as low as the 29 flat, guys. If we do end up dropping, maybe a little bit lower than that, maybe the high $28 levels where we could close tomorrow if inflation is that bad. And that in turn is very probable considering the fact that Bloomberg already reported something similar. So that would be the dip that I have been talking about. However, guys, remember, today we ran up to 30, and NEO is still very undervalued if you look at many other indicators indicating the exact same thing. So first off, let me close this right here. Let me bring up a 3-month chart and use the 2-hour candles. Let's look at every single one of these technical indicators because they, in turn, are indicating something very similar. Basically, NEO is very undervalued right now, guys. As you guys can see, we're trading a little bit below most of the exponential moving averages, at least during longer time frames, and we're now kind of trading between them as support and resistance. Now, the MACD did flip at the 9-day moving average. However, this doesn't guarantee or account for the news coming out tomorrow. The RSI is pretty stagnant at 50.29. So what this means that NEO could maybe drop tomorrow. I'm preparing you for that. But eventually, we're going to see this thing run right back up to 30 pretty quickly if the market allows that. And it really depends on the inflationary data. So I want you guys to be prepared for anything. If the data is not as bad as we anticipate, this thing could run to about 30, 32. But if it ends up dropping, be prepared for that. And that's more likely to happen. I'm basically trying to prepare you. But at the end of the day, guys, don't lose faith in NEO. Don't necessarily look away because this thing could still have all that potential to run. This thing has been on this downward trend, but this is known as a bullish reversal that could end up playing out because we are on this falling wedge pattern. You guys can see it right over here. We've been dipping and dipping and dipping like crazy over the last couple of months. And even though this has been playing out for so long, I do think we could see a bullish reversal starting from new pieces of data reported. So look at this right here. The Motley Fool reported that NEO has been given a buy rating from many analysts right now, as it does have some very, very good expected deliveries coming out very soon. That in turn comes from the fact that many analysts are saying that this thing is very undervalued and the growth in terms of its fundamentals is going to improve. Now, I do want to note something very important. NEO is based in China, and that does make it possibly connected to some regulations. And right now, it's not necessarily being affected by them, but that is a possibility, which is kind of a concern. But the thing about that, guys, is remember, NEO exists. It's going to exist all over the world. There are millions upon millions of eyes watching it. The company's getting better in terms of its fundamentals, and they are really, really there. So even if it is based over there, guys, it does not matter in my opinion. I think it still have some massive, massive runs. Because remember, this thing ran in the year 2020 and 2021 as well. We still had some very good runs. We hit all-time highs in 2021. So don't just lose faith and say it's never going to happen again. It could still happen. Don't lose your faith just like that, because I'm still very bullish for the future of this company. The ET5 is coming out. The ET7 is also going to be produced very soon. That's going to be very awesome in my opinion. Now, I want to talk about this right here. So for the future of NEO, a lot of big analysts are basically fact that they are not just giving it a buy rating, but they're expecting it to hit 150,000 deliveries for the year 2022. That in turn is very realistic considering that they did like almost 85,000 just for 2021, I believe. And at the end of the day, guys, I see them growing again and again. They're constantly getting over 100% growth. And with the new production facilities coming out, it's definitely going to be realistic and possible. So I wanted to end the video with this right over here. Neo has a very significant tweet that just came out and states right here that driven by design is one of the supporting virtues within NEO. We strive for a high-end premium experience for our users. Once again, very good customer service, which in my opinion is going to help them really, really run. It's going to improve them so much in my opinion. I just can't wait for what the future holds. So with that said and done, guys, the fundamentals are there for this company. Don't be afraid if you see a bit of a dip for the market tomorrow because of what the data is suggesting. But at the end of the day, I do see a good recovery coming, and I do believe in the long-term future of NEO. I think 2022 is going to be a fantastic year based off of fundamental analysis. I do see the share price seeing some very big runs because I believe in the company, because they have good fundamentals, because everything that it needs to grow is going to be there. Their production is going to get better. Their deliveries are going to crush it. Their battery swap technology is so innovative and needed. I mean, I just can't wait for what the future holds for this company, and I'm not losing faith. So I thank you for listening. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one. Neo to the moon, and peace out.